Are you a hard-working, busy person, but do you like playing complicated, in-depth games like EVE Online? I do too. So, how do we play EVE with the little bit of time that we have? I'm going to show you. Today, we're going to do the first of 30-minute adventures in EVE Online. That's right, folks. You can come in, get your daily dose of EVE Online, and then get on with the rest of your day. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and look at how we do that. So the first thing, we'll go into our item hanger uh, in the ship, and we have tranquil exotic filaments. Okay, these are things that you can find in data and relic sites, and what you'll end up doing is activating them, going and running the site, and they will absolutely be done in 20 minutes. So this is a guaranteed way to be done, one way or the other, with your 30-minute EVE. So get out, find a good safe location, go run the site. Maybe, if you're doing good, you can run 2 of them in a 30-minute time period. That's our goal for today. What are we doing in EVE? How can we play EVE in 30 minutes? Now, we're going to go touch upon a bunch of different ways of doing this, and I think you'll find these to be some short, interesting videos. And let's get started. First thing we need to do, and this is going to be part of our 30 minutes every day, open your fit. What do you have? And I was running Deep Flow Rift, which is a good way to gain ISK in EVE. Scan them down, you'll get about, well, at least in my experience, I got about 10 to 12 million ISK per. Not bad. That's also something that you could do in about that time, but we'll get back to that later. That fit is not going to work for what we need to do now. So you go ahead and throw all of these tractor beams in your cargo hold. Drone link augmentator is important. So we have that. That's going to give us a 60-kilometer range. We have a propulsion mod that gives us 1,200 meters per second, also very important. We have a large shield extender. We have a shield hardener. And I have put a medium EM shield reinforcer, so that plugs all of our holes for shields. And then when we run this, it will get us a little bit closer to 50% resists all the way across the board, which means we're not as vulnerable when we go in and fight these drifters or triglavians in these filaments. Now, I'm using the lowest level ones, the tranquil ones, and we're going to see what ends up here. So we got 5.9 CPU, and I've got power grid up the wazoo, so plenty of power. We got drone damage amplifiers, which is good. Damage control, which also helps. Gives us 7.5% extra. So we've got our shield resist that are going to be okay. Let's go and grab a bulkhead out of the store. All right. And then reinforced bulkhead 1. What does it require? The fitting, it requires 35 teraflops. So we can fit one of them. All right. It's restrained reinforced bulkheads, which are available for cheap. And it also requires 35 teraflops. So it doesn't matter what we do. This one requires 40, which is most of what we have left. I would say, let's see if we can even meet the requirement. So we can. That'll be the only Tech 2 module we have on the ship because we're an alpha character. Okay. So we bought that. Let's go to our inventory. We have small. Shield recharger. Reinforced bulkhead 2. Perfect. Alright. I got that in our low slot. That means we have 5.9 CPU left, so we cannot put anything particularly demanding in there. This is fitting for drone damage, amplifiers, 27 teraflops. But that means that this ship is tough. All the way across the board, we're going to be able to take a lot of hull damage. So if we get down to that, we'll be okay. Weapons, we just don't have any way to put weapons in the upper slots there. If we look at the requirements, these things are thirsty on power. So we're not going to bother. We've got them in the cargo hold. We can refit them. And that's something else that we're going to get from the shops. Mobile depot. And we'll be able to refit this ship later. So it's 2,676,000. We're going to buy this. But trust me, this will come in handy later as well. Okay. So again, we're going to go into our inventory, and this is just preliminary. You need to get properly set up before you head out. All right, our mobile depot. Now, we have antimatter charges. We have limited electron blasters. We've got our mobile depot. We've got all of our filaments that we're going to go ahead and take with us, and then we'll run these. Okay. So here's what we've got going with our ship. We are a drone boat. We have no guns in the highs, but we should be okay because we've got plenty of drones and we're in a Vexler. All right. Again, resist, repairer, and we've got our compact micro warp drive. Now, we're going to undock and get to it. We're about 7 minutes into our 30-minute day. All right. And we need to warp to a safe location, of course. Let's go to a planet. And we're warping. And then what we'll do is burn away from the planet before we activate our filament. That will put us in a safe location. We're in high sec, it's okay. And then for the most part, nobody's going to be hunting us. But I wanted to make certain. Oh, I think we're not allowed to use these in this space. Oops. Show info, and not allowed 1.0 or 0.9 system. So now we need to find a 0.9 system. Let's go to our map. Here's the map. All right, can we do it in one jump? Can we go from Amar to a low-sec system in one jump? And it doesn't look like it, but it looks like we go to a Shab, and then we can go to Keddy is 0.5, Riverworth is 0.4. Ah, here we go. We can go straight from Amar to Ermine, which is 0.7. So let's set our destination. I should say Ermine, but Ermine, whatever. And that's a 0.7 system immediately. So that's good. All right. So need to find a system. Your star map is your friend. We found one in one jump from a capital system, so that's not a big deal. Now, we have Tranquil Dark, Electrical, Exotic, Gamma, and Firestorm. I don't know what any of those are. I just picked them up. We're going to find out. I might die. And if I do, it's going up on YouTube. There's no question in my mind That's what needs to happen. Okay. Okay. And we have our jump complete. All right. And then, of course, we want to warp to a planet. As I said, you just want to be careful at least a little bit.
Warp drive active.
Okay, and here we are. We're taking off to our planet. And then, of course, this is my first time running one of these. Okay. Let's look at my ogres. Show info. Attributes. And the ogres do damage in the magnet. It's magnetometer. They do thermal damage specifically. Okay. So we need to find a thing that where there's and Hammerhead shows the info all the way down. Also does thermal damage, so we're good that way. Primarily. So I'm gonna go ahead and try Firestorm, and I'm assuming that that means thermal. Anyway, just burn away from our position really quick, like for just a second. And then we'll go ahead and start our... Okay. It's actually giving us a warning. The abyssal filament will open up to a trace that leads into a pocket of abyssal dead space. Alright. Sounds interesting. Once the pocket is cleared, you will return to starting location in normal space. The pocket is classified as Tier 0 with a tranquil environment. Plasma firestorm. This environment is blasted by plasma firestorm that will reduce thermal resistance but enhance ship armor strength. So we're okay that way. You will have 20 minutes before the warp field collapses and destroys your ship. We have one cruiser. You can go 2 destroyers or 3 frigates. So you could run these with multiple people, but I've got a cruiser, so we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. Now, let's activate. We are in Abyssal Dead Space, so we want to lock these guys up. But first things first, launch our drones, and we will lock the Triglavians up. And then go kill them. Slay the enemies. Alright. And then we're going to go ahead and orbit this at 5,000. Triglavian bioadaptive cache is oh, no, we don't want to do the bioadaptive cache quite yet. So we've got our resist up. That's good. Alright, go get them, drones, go get them. Nice. Okay.
The capacitor is empty.
What? Well, that's okay. Come on, drones, get this sucker down. We don't have time for any malarkey. The ogres are missing. Although they do thermal, so they would be definitely well within their... I'm going to play a game here. We're going to switch them to a different target, and then see if they can hit that target, and then we'll switch them back. And maybe if they're only going in a straight line instead of chasing the enemy around, we'll be all right. Well, how are my ogres doing? They're getting shot. That's okay. All right, you got it. Now we'll go kill this one because we're going to zoom in on it straight. Maybe. Oh my goodness. You know what? We're just going to return you to the drone bay. And then we'll go ahead and launch our lighter drones. Alright. And then we'll launch these guys. And then we'll go ahead and attack with something a little bit more agile. Hopefully that solves our problem. Oh, yeah. They're right in there. These guys are much better off at this particular job. Perfect. Now we've got to kill that. Who do we have, by the way? We've got a hobgoblin, and we'll move you to fast. Perfect. Alright, we got the cache. Let's open it up. Let's return our drones to our drone bay. Okay. And a little burst of speed. A little bit of repair on the shield. Perfect. Loot all. That's our first site. And then we're going to go ahead and activate the gate. All of our drones being on board. Again, a little bit of a burst of speed here, and we are at the 16-minute mark. And so we were able to get...
The capacitor is empty.
Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. And we've got a couple of bad guys. We're going to go ahead and orbit this at 5,000. That's the loot cache. And then this guy right here, I believe that these guys are going to be the important ones. So we're going to launch our big hitters. And we're going to send them right at him. So no question, we want to do just a really quick burst of speed. We want to be right in position. Oh yeah, he's shooting me for good. Good. You shoot me, not my drones. And you guys are doing absolutely awesome work there. Yep, he's going to be a minute to get knocked down, but not too much. And so, you know, we are in the Abyssal dead space. This is pretty cool. And again, we're moving up on the bloated or Triglavian bioadaptive cache, which is our loot. We actually have to run our shield repairer once. That's not bad. And then probably want to go ahead.
Is empty.
Yeah, I get it. They're actually killing that Lancer just fine. Okay. But we are brick tanked. I'm not worried. We could even be down in the structure and we'll be fine. That's not a problem. Okay. So, yeah, and we are approaching, and our drones are doing the good work of fighting this guy. Let's go take a look at him. And he's getting beat up by all these drones. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. The drones are in there shooting him pretty good. Good job, guys. Alright, now we go to the bioadaptive cache. Did we lost him? We lost him. He ran out of... He'll come back in. That's not a problem. And I'll lock him as soon as he does. But he dipped out to get a repair. That's interesting. Alright, we'll lock them up. And then we'll engage our drones again. We did lose an ogre in the fighting. Oh my. Well, you know what that means. We'll just go ahead and launch a hammerhead to replace it. Not a big deal. Not a big problem. We've got this solved. Oh yeah, and they're about to finish him off. We have a timer. 12 minutes left. We've got to hurry. Guys, you can get this. I know you can. There we go. And just the last little bit of damage is all that's necessary. But yeah, these things are unable to hurt me significantly. Now, they did kill my ogres, so I guess we're going to have to launch the fast guys. That's fine. Alright. And he's dead. And then we'll kill the bioadaptive cache. And that was pretty easy. Alright, we'll go ahead and loot. And then return all of my drones to the drone bay. Quick pulse of the micro warp drive in order to grab our loot. But we only need one cycle on it. Alright, so opening the cache. Loot all. Alright, we're up to 4 million. And then let's go ahead and activate this gate. Now, that's another spot where we need the little pulse of the micro warp drive to get this thing taken care of. We don't want to take significantly longer. Our ogre is beat up. We're going to have to go ahead and use these fast drones to get the rest of it. And I've got a couple extra hobgoblins, so we're fine. And we're activating the conduit. We're going to be into the last room. Because Triglavian do everything in threes, right? Absolutely. Now we are at the 21-minute mark. And we've got 3 rats. Well, 2 rats and a bioadaptive cache. So we'll go ahead and launch our fast movers. And we will orbit the bioadaptive cache at 5 kilometers. And then we can go ahead and we'll immediately attack the Spark Needle Tesla. Go get them. Go get them, guys. We'll put our resist back up. Now, from the time that we started recording this video to right now, we're at the 22-minute mark. And that's important. I think that's actually really super critical. We need to be able to do that, get done in a very timely manner, and then go on with our day. Whatever that ends up being for you, in my case, it'll be work, or we're getting breakfast, and if you're chasing around some kids, that's great. If you've got projects that need to get done, that's also great. This is very much proof that you can play EVE online, and you can do it in 30 minutes every day. So get your 30 minutes of EVE in every day. The game is super, super easy to get in, get some content, and get out. And we'll do another video probably next week where I look at some of the other options that you can do. There's a lot of easy things to get done, and it's definitely very doable to be a player in EVE. And this is an alpha account, by the way. I just want to reiterate, this is an alpha character. This is a brand new character. I've only started it a few weeks ago, and it's very much doable, very playable. So we are at 8 minutes 39 seconds. We've got to loot our bioadaptive cache. We've got our micro warp drive on. Let's return our drones to the drone bay. And then we'll open our cargo here, and it will be. We're moving at 1200 kph or kp seconds, kps. But loot everything, we've got it, and then we want to use our origin conduit to get out. So we're going to activate the gate, and again, a little boost from the micro warp drive. Make sure you have a propulsion mod. You could die from just running out of time if you don't. That's very clear to me. I came in, we did this. We have 7 minutes to spare. And that's pretty good. Our handy dandy Vexor did the work. Now let's see what we ended up with. We've got 2 million in our mobile depot, so we ended up with 2 million ISK. That's not great. But we did get a super tidal scoped entropic disintegrator. That's a Triglavian weapon. We could research that. Is it a copy? It's a copy. So we can't research it, but we can make it. And I'm wondering what that sells for. Oh, did we get... And we also got 0-point condensate, which sells, not for much, but it means we can make that disintegrator weapon. Alright, so while we're sitting here in open space, unable to tether, okay. Let's actually look at our blueprint, show info, and yeah, we are at the 25.55 minute mark. What's the outcome? And let's see what this looks like in the market. And they sell, if you make one, they sell for 11 million. So technically, if we build this, we have minerals that we've mined, and in another instance of playing. Alright, we're done. We've finished the job. Let's jump back to Amar, dock up, put our loot in the station, and then we can do this again tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and run these every day. 30-minute Eve is super important that we do this. And thank you for watching the video. I will have another video up next week, and we'll be doing more of this. Okay. So, we're at the 27-minute mark. And that's it right there. We can dock up Emperor Family's Academy in Amar.
Drive active.
And we are at, from the time that we started, refitting our ship, preparing it for the running the filaments. We bought a bulkhead. We refit several things. I had already fitted an EM shield hardener, so we've got all of our resists were fairly well filled up. And then we're really well hull tanked. So even if we'd gotten down to our hull, we would have been fine. From that point to undocking to getting to the next door system, which is low sec, activating and getting it done, we're at the 28-minute mark. So thank you so much for watching this video, and if you, of course, please give a thumbs up, please subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate that. But here we are, EVE Online, 30 minutes, and we're absolutely going to keep doing this series. I will show you a lot of the ways, hopefully many, many ways, that you can enjoy EVE 30 minutes a day.